Pounders, welcome back. BBM5 stream, here we go again. A lot of talk, and it's not just Neil doing about week 16 mattering. And I'm curious, of course it does, right? Like if you don't have week 17 correlation on the board, next best thing to do, in my opinion, is, especially if it's a coin flip player, with the week 16 guy, like without a doubt. But to try to just focus week 16, I think that's where I think we're going to have a little bit of pushback just because of the way the contest is structured. The way BBM structured is it's tough, right? It's a tournament. And especially in a tournament where you're expected to make the finals 1 in 8 years, right? That is with a little bit of edge included. So you're expected to advance 25 teams if you max it. 25 teams to week 16. Week 15, excuse me. And then week 16, you're expected to make about 1.9 teams to week 16. And then week 16, it is about 1 in 8 years. I mean, with edge, if you want to say it's, 2 teams that you advance to week 16, and then you have a 1 out of 16 chance, 1 out of 8. With that being said, like I want the most plus EV week 17 lineup possibly built. And I'm happy with getting week 16 correlation if week 17 wasn't there. I'm happy with that. But with the way the payouts are this year, and I don't know if anyone else has done the math. I just did it real quick before stream just to kind of show that it's not as top heavy, right? That's only for first and second place. It pays out more money in every single other placement, every single other one. So let's pull this up. We have a little comparison here. This is last year's prizes of BBM 4. Can I take my So as you can see, 3 million, 1 million, 300K. And now for this year's 1.5, 750. So these are only two that have dipped. And then it's 500K. So it starts paying more money. Let's do this. It starts paying more money in third place. And if you do the math, in the top 100 placements in BBM 5, that's 50% of the prize pool. Of the 15 million, 50% is paid out to the top 100 placements. Now, last year it had regular season prizes, so they weren't able to structure it as balanced as this. And that's why there is more money up top here. But to say, we shouldn't be doing week 17 thing. I mean, and I don't think a lot of people are doing it. I think a lot of people are kind of at least exploring this week 16 thing. And I think it's smart too. I really do. But in a contest like this, and especially if you guys played poker, I kind of relate it to people that try to bubble. And that time when people are trying to bubble in poker, that is the best time to attack because you have passive players who tighten the amount of hands that they're going to play. And then you can grow a chip stack in order to target the finals, target, the top placements. So I do think week 16 is a good thing to be targeting, but as a secondary option, last year for BBM 4, just for reference, it paid out 5.66 million for the top 100 placements versus this year it's 7.5 million. Obviously it is more flat this year, but I don't think it's a reason to not target it heavily, especially with only expecting to advance 2 teams to week 16, 1 out of 8 years for BBM 5's finals. So just my thoughts there. Curious what you guys think. If you guys are going to be targeting both 17 and 16, if you're going to be hammering week 16 correlation, let me know. I am very, very curious. Very curious. So welcome. We got some people here nice and early. Rock Hardcastle. That is That's a username. I got to get used to this new camera. This new camera placement is throwing me completely off. I keep looking at the GoPro here that I have on the left. Just throw that aside. Mac, Ben, Adam, Al, Mike. Too cool. Let's go. All the fellas are here. All the fellas are here. And we have a room that's full. Oh, great. Oh, great. We get the 8 spot right next to our nemesis at this point. Frank is the Punisher. He is actually Frank Castle. Not a bad nickname for him. We got Jeff here at 1, Adam at 2, Logan at 6. We got a Pounders draft, so this should be a relatively sharp room. We'll see about some of these badgeless guys in the middle here. And yeah, we're off to the races here. Yeah, there was only 3 spots when I sent out the message to the Discord and the YouTube memberships. Appreciate you guys. Sorry you couldn't get in, Ben. Scare money. Don't make money. It's true. What's your favorite pick position this year? And I think this has really changed throughout the big board and so far early into BBM. I don't mind getting like pick 6, 7, 8. I've gotten Bijan at 9. I've gotten Justin Jefferson at 7. So it's really interesting. I think it goes just by the room, but I do think there is a small fall off at I think around like pick like 4, I think can get tricky. I think pick 4 gets tricky. If it goes CMC, Lamb, Chase, like I'm probably just gonna have a light fade on Tyreek, probably around 6%. So maybe we push up Bijan in that spot when Chase isn't there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little more Bijan than Tyreek this season. I pick 10, but again, I think I'm Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown, so I'm always getting Garrett Wilson on the back. Pick 12, maybe the weakest. Shouldn't be. I mean, it's the least favorite, at least in years past. It's actually shown it's performed very well. So, Brees, yes sir. We got the Brees start for our man here. This will be fun. What's we got on Ayuk? Likely staying in the Bay. Yeah. Set as the wide receiver 1, of course. And I think, and something we brought up in our Discord, sneaky winner, A.T. Perry, man. We ended up with 11% in the big board. And that was mainly after all of our favorite rookies, after even like McMillan exited the 20th round when you couldn't get him any longer. It was a little tougher to go ahead and say, okay, which of these guys are going to be relevant this season? And of course, there was still the draft that could have hurt some of these New Orleans players, and that didn't happen. So it seems like Shaheed as well as Juwan Johnson and A.T. Perry survived the NFL draft. Drake versus Kendrick. Dude, this is going to lean on whoever artist, like whatever artist you were a bigger fan of. That's who you're going to say who won the rap battle. But I will say, let's drop this channel in the chat. What's the dirt? This kid goes out and researches every single line. He reacts to videos like these, but he doesn't just do a reaction. Oh God, we can go Gibbs Brees here. We're gonna just for the fun of it. But he does his research. He doesn't just instantly post a video for views and likes or whatever. He researches every line. Crazy. Every single line in that 50 push-up song by Drake had like double subliminals that no one else was catching on. So it's pretty cool. 16 drafts in. Cannot get one share of Lamb or Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, we started off like this in the big board, and I ended up with like 11% Lamb. So hold on tight. The positive variance is coming your way. All right, Putt Daddy. What a name. Tolbert, sneaky winner. Very sneaky. Very sneaky. All right. Anything crazy here besides us going Gibbs, Hall. I would have loved Drake London at 17 too. But of course, we should have known. Frank is in the house. Frank is in the house, already causing us pain. Should have known. JT goes at 13. Ayuk, Amon-Ra, Waddle, Bijan. So this is a little reach up for Waddle. Maybe getting a different combination there, but has he ever fallen to 30? Like probably. So I don't know. I think it's not going to be a different combination because someone's just going to have an extra second round pick, but potentially getting two players in the same range could be interesting with Bijan. That might give a little advantage there. That might be a way to get different. Oh, yeah. I like that, Mike. We're on the same page, my friend. We're on the same page. Diggs at 26, Neighbors at 25. CD, Achan, Neighbors. Evans off the board. I like the Evans click here at 27. Even over Diggs and Neighbors. Debo at 23, I like from Adam here. Come on, baby. Push back one of our guys. Just one. Middle of the draft is probably my least common spot. He goes, love you, Mr. Pat. Frank, you have a job to do. All right. You have a job to do. Okay. I do like DK here. I do like DK over Pittman. Pittman goes off next. Yeah, I think we need to touch on some receivers real quick, especially starting double running back. I think this is maybe our second time on stream actually doing this for BBM. What is this, BBM stream number 3 or 4? So getting some different strategies here. And this is just letting the value fall. And it's a player that I have a light fade on. So to get him at 17, that's we're going to be happy with that. Jesus. This dude out of nowhere. Single-handedly. You're going to regret not stacking Jags. Got 25% Trevor Lawrence pre-NFL draft. I have so many Jag stacks. Oh God. Where's Brian Thomas? Is Brian Thomas falling? Yeah, it looks like his ADP is still falling. He's gonna fall past Jordan Addison, probably fall past Aaron Jones. Lad McConkey's still rising. He was at 77.7 yesterday, 0.6. So he's still rising. Just keeping an eye on the market in the draft landscape. We got 3 QBs off the board in a row. Help push some of these receivers back to us. Yes, please, and thank you. We know Frank wants to click tight end. Okay, it goes Henry. We're happy. Ooh. We do have a little fade on Cup, but I think I have to go Cup here. It's Cup or T. Higgs, and honestly, I like T. Higgs. I like the fact that he's going to be playing for money this year. So we made a big bet in the big board of him staying in Cincy and then playing for a contract. So I like players like that. But yeah, we get a little slide on Cup. This will just add to it'll just add to the difference of our team. So if there is another team in the BBM finals that has Hall, Gibbs, maybe Cup's that piece that gets us different. But yeah, Cup, Puka, both draft winners. Stroud goes to the Nico team. James Cook off the board at 45. We have Pacheco ranked above James Cook right now, as well as White. Although he's already passed White, and he's coming for Cook's ADP. 48.7. Oh, yeah. He's going to pass that in in just a few days. So I am happy to be ahead of ADP on Pacheco right now. I think we got him in 3 drafts out of our 6 or 7 teams. It's just the edge seems much more limited this year with the ADPs just getting to a more sharp place faster. So without the schedule, we're trying not to blow too big of a investment in these early drafts, even though we feel like we have an edge. A-Rich off the board. Definitely was going to go A-Rich. So, I mean, not even just a snipe. Frank. Okay, we can go Kirk here or Mixon. Both are good, but let's lean let's lean receiver here, like big time. Let's bring in Kirk at 56. There we go. Rock Hardcastle. Say that 3 times fast. Must be happy with the Jags pick. Must be. Dota, welcome to the live stream. Says Rashi Rice, an exploitable wide receiver at ADP on RB starts. I 100% agree. But you can get him right now around pick 76 to 80. So I don't really want to pick him here at ADP. And he is still the risk reward player. Like if he gets 3 to 4 games, he'll go back up to this. He'll go up to that Pickens ADP. Like if he gets 3 to 4 games, he'll go back into this spot, maybe right before Pickens. If he gets 8 games, however, he's going to drop. He's going to drop further than he's at now. He'll go past Deontay Johnson for sure. He'll probably go past Coleman just because he's been rising. But he'll go 80 plus if he gets 8 games. Invest in all the Jags, he says. Honestly, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. I actually like ETN at price too. And it really shows like the coach, maybe they were like telling the truth when they said, yeah, like Bigsby's going to get more touches this year. It's like, well, after the draft, I think I believe you. Shit. You weren't lying this time. So I think ETN, no matter what, he's going to have such a nice workload. 8 games would be wild. But just with that being said, and it's on the table, all right, what do we want to do here? I feel like this for us is a Kittle click. We could reach up for Brian Thomas. He's just falling right now. And I want to get one of these top. Fuck. Let's go Brian Thomas. It is what it is. We'll go the Jags double stack. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence will be a priority selection for us. What's that even mean? Rice is getting 2 to 10. Yeah, whoa. Really, really breaking it down. If he gets 3 games, he'll go in that Pickens range. But remember where people are drafting him in the big board? Like he was being drafted in this Olave range. So where we're playing a tournament that is so focused on the playoffs week 15, 16, 17, when we think he's going to be available. I still don't mind getting a little spicy with some of those plays when we don't know for certain what's going to happen. Kamara off the board at 70. A little balanced start here. A little naked Mahomes. Did he snipe him from someone or is just no? Worthy goes at 60, so that video on Twitter that surfaced has not really hurt him all too much. Gotta freaking tighten this thing. This dude's wild right now. Is Brian Thomas Jr. honestly, there's a lot of targets open now that Zay Jones not returning, Ridley out of town. Kirk was hurt last year, but Ingram's an older tight end. There's just going to be such a great opportunity for Brian Thomas Jr. Like Gabe Davis, he also got hurt last year, so some of these players are at risk of being injured again. And goddamn, if one of those guys were to go down, Brian Thomas would be going to the moon. And we know Gabe Davis necessarily hasn't been a bill of health throughout his career. Kittle off the board at 73. And this is what I mean by kind of pushing off Rashee Rice right now. Just drafters they're not selecting that ADP. So it's tough to fall in the dagger here at 66 when we have him going just so much further in every single draft, like touching 79 in the one we did yesterday. So he goes off to a pounder in this one at 71. Chris Godwin, Zamir White at 77. That is someone that we ranked super aggressively, and man, his ADP got to where we ranked him very quick. Ooh, Aaron Jones at pick 80? The disrespect. I don't mind this at all. Let's go. My God. Bindle's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Pound that like. Yeah, guys, if you just joined me, go down, slap the like. Helps the channel tremendously. If you guys are enjoying the content, hit the sub. That easy. I know it. Oh, we know what Frank is setting up right now. So our guy is not coming back to us. I kind of figured, but the the value on Jones was too good that I couldn't actually reach up for the guy I really wanted. Oh shit. Really easy to get these three QBs typically too. Trevor Lawrence, Staffy, and Geno. So we have some cool QB stacks that we can reach for a 3 QB team with these receivers. Bam. There we go. Montgomery off the board at 83. 133 build. Let's see what he does. This has to be a receiver. Caleb goes at 94 now. Purdy at 103. 2 at 110. T-Lot 117. So we should be able to scoop him at 104, 113-ish. Where's the Kirk team? Say it's to my left. Where's the Ingram team? Also to my left? Okay, we should be safe. I'm the Kirk team. It's just Ingram. Ah, fuck. Yeah, both. Oh, he gets sniped on Fergie Ferg. Pretty sure he's trying to set up this little QB tight end stackaroni. Yeah, let's bring in Bowers here. Enjoyed a little discount on Bowers. I'm not overly worried about the landing spot. Obviously, it's not the best one available for him in the draft, but pick 90, he's sliding a little bit behind these running backs, which I think makes sense. But if we do go a tight end, maybe in the next 3 or 4, we can very easily stop at 2 tight ends in the 18-round draft. I do think that gives you a nice little advantage. Zach Moss off the board at 92. Be a believer, huh? Thomas, welcome to the live stream, man. LFG. Big LFG. Love that. I never land Dak with CD because I won't take him at 73, 74. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Eventually, though, I think his ADP, just because of the Lamb teams needing to reach up to get him, it's going to go one way or the other. It's just the Dak Ferguson stack is so easy to get in these last, from the 8 spot to the 12 spot. That's what's keeping Dak's ADP where it is. Otherwise, I fully believe he would be falling back. And this could be very similar to, was it last year with Joe Burrow going, starting at like the 3rd round in some drafts? Well, he was going in like the middle of the 3rd, end of the 4th. But where you really wanted him was on the 5-6 turn where you were getting Chase at pick 2. And that eventually happened. So it could just be the way of the landscape right now, and that could change. Gamble, welcome to the live stream, man. Should note, we put on the table a 24-hour live stream if we hit 2K subs by NFL kickoff. Entirely possible. So go down, slap the sub, and let's get a 24-hour live stream going. I'm going to have to train for it. Like the Olympics. TP off the board at 97. Nice little balance start here from Jeff. Obviously has to catch up a receiver, but double elite tight end. Purdy off the board. He's got his double stack here with Debo and CMC, 2 QBs. Another team with 2. There's 3 teams with 2 QBs. 4 teams with 2 QBs. Just something to note for us. Tua off the board. 5 teams with 2 QBs. Damn. I want to go receiver here so bad. And maybe I should. But Njoku lets us stop. Like, guaranteed stop at 2 tight ends. We'll be passing on Lockett. I like Lockett here too. This one put me in a funk. I probably need a receiver. I probably just have to go receiver here. Especially because we want to stack either Cup or, well, now Geno becomes an obvious stacking partner. It's because of the Aaron Jones click. See, we would have been able to go Njoku if we were more balanced, right? Like if we were not behind on receiver, and that's why I tend to lean drafting in a balanced style. If we had that extra receiver there, we could have scooped the value there. Hey, Mason, welcome to the live stream, man. Goddard at 107. AD is still sliding too. Like, look where Josh Downs is going now. Josh Downs fell to 133. Man, I'm going to have a lot of Josh Downs. Hey, Paul, the winner of the last giveaway, showing off the little YouTube membership. Really like your response to Neil's research on optimizing for week 16 or 17. Week 17 is all that matters. Let's go. It's important to have people in the field, though, that can crunch numbers. It really is. And I think a lot of what his research is showing is it probably is better EV in the long run to focus that. I'm not doubting his numbers. Much smarter than me. I just know in tournaments, the graph for tournaments is supposed to look like this. It's supposed to down, big spike up. And that's your EV when you're focusing like a week 17 lineup like this. All right, so we bring in T-Law with our Jacksonville double here, and now we are at peace. We are at peace. We're feeling balanced now. 1-3-5-1. We brought this team back. Luckily, we didn't get sniped. Let me see if I can pull up a... Not this. Not this. Where do we have it hiding? Okay, right here. This is the graph. This is poker reference, but it still applies for fantasy football, best ball. You see the decline, steady decline, tournaments, and then you see a big spike. See the decline, big spike. For Best Ball Mania, the decline is going to be even more just because of how top heavy it really is and how tough it is to make the finals. Ooh, the double click here. Jaden Daniels and Herbert off the board. Pairs him with Ladd. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what we have to keep note of is Frank. We have to keep track of Frank. He's got Puka. We have Cup. Luckily, we draft before him. But is he going to do something dirty, which he knows? He knows he's not getting Staffy. Like, we're not pushing him here. So if I want him, I have to go Staffy at 128. No one's going super crazy on QB. Is there someone here that we absolutely want or need? I guess Gabe Davis is sort of staring at us for a third Jag, but Palmer Click could fit the squad. I like bringing up Cooks here. I think that's sharp. Gus Edwards off the board. Thank you. Not interested. If we don't go Staffy, right, we're going Geno. Are you stopping at just Geno and T-Law? Seems a little thin, especially for the playoff run. Is there someone here that we absolutely need? Like, I like the Chase Brown slide. Let's just push QB. Have a little fun. Have a little fun. How's the Patreon going? When did you launch it? We launched it about a year, maybe about 14 months ago. He says, pin that Patreon to the chat for it. I know. I have to be better at marketing it. I'm trying to learn from you. All right, Mason, I'm trying to learn from you. My chart is just straight decline. No, you see, you realize your edge very early into your drafting. And you're up here, my man. You're up here. You crushed it. You crushed it. What was that? BBM 3 days? 0 spikes. That's what I want everyone to believe when they're drafting with me. Let's all right. We do have the draft guide coming out on, it's either going to be tomorrow or the next day, depending on how late we stay up tonight. But we are working to get that to you guys, along with the CSV. So the CSV was just basically for you guys to grab these early closing line values, the players that we're going to move in a positive or to fade the negative guys. And then the draft guide is going to be rankings based on their current ADP on Underdog. So it lets you know who I think are the good values, the bad values based on their current ADP on Underdog. And that'll be updated every 20 to 25% of the fill rate of BBM. Yeah. He goes Kirk here, which is interesting because I don't think he needs to go 3 QBs with Kirk and Dak. Can you? Sure. Will he? Will he? I like the slide on Chase Brown too. Like if I had to guess how this backfield was going to go, especially for like a playoff push towards the end, I'm expecting Chase to be in that lineup more often than Zach Moss. Shaheed interest, man. At this ADP, yes. At his current ADP, I don't know if he's gonna have enough spike weeks. That's my worry with Shaheed. We were super on him last year at 170. I just don't. Is 3 spike weeks good enough for you at this ADP? Or do you have a better chance of finding someone that could actually break out? Okay, cool. So we do get the gift of not having to reach on Staffy, and we'll pair him with Cup here. Staffy's more like a floor play, in my opinion. We could still bring in a super late QB. This would be the perfect team for like a late either Danny Dimes or Justin Fields. If you guys are interested in joining the Patreon for the CSV rankings as well as the draft guide, link is in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Jerome Ford goes off the board right after Staffy. Roman Wilson. Oh, yeah. Logan's drafted off the ranks. We'll take a peek at Logan's squad. Catching up a receiver here with Myers, Brandon Cooks, and Roman Wilson. Judy off the board. He falls 8 picks. Judy's a tough one to spot this year. I will say Judy's. And I think it's more because of how bad Deshaun Watson's looked. This is crazy. Ben is on one right now. Ben is on one right now. He knows. Dude knows. Marshawn Lloyd, this is another player that I know Green Bay wants to use multiple running backs. They are going to use multiple running backs. I guess we shouldn't be too afraid of A.J. Dillon. I think if anything, maybe we realize like Josh Jacobs, we might be saying free Josh Jacobs instead of saying free Aaron Jones this year. Jalen Wright off the board. Oh, Jonnu, the Jonnu snip. All right. This is where boys turn to men here. I think we stop at these 5 RBs. We obviously still have to catch up a receiver. I'm fading Denver right now. We'll talk about it later. All right, we're stopping at 5 RBs here. So we still need. This is gonna be interesting. I hate going 3 QB and 3 tight end. GTO, welcome to the live stream, man. Ooh, you like Wilson or Xavier Legette? I hope we're talking Michael Wilson. Give me Roman Wilson. I like Roman Wilson. I do think with the 2 QBs there could be some woes, and then you have the risk of maybe he's one QB's favorite target. There's only so many balls you can throw at George Pickens. There's only so many balls that guy can get tossed to him. So Roman Wilson he's definitely someone that we made a stand on in the big board. Yeah, we need probably 8. It's 8 receivers minimum here. It's 8 receivers minimum. I do like where we've been getting Drake May, though. Sometime in the 19th round. Super easy to pair him with late Patriots as well. And he's someone more suitable, in my opinion, for 3 QB builds. Him, Fields, Daniel Jones, also with like the injury risk. But some of these guys with rushing upside going late. Obviously, Geno is going to be our main target here with our Seattle double, and then potentially Fant to make it a triple. Higbee is tight end 3. Dude, people forget about Higbee. People forget about him. Like, he's going to come back. See what Frank does here. He goes to Vidal, his man. He's going to fall on the sword. Is this the point where we say, all right, will give Troy Franklin a shot here at 161. I don't mind him sliding 16 picks here. This is about the range I would need him to fall. Although I just want Hunter Henry here. And it's not even the Patriot in me. I just think he was a super draft winner. I probably have them ranked very close to one another. In the CSV, I bet I have Henry ranked above Troy Franklin. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Drafted 3 QB, 18 round, Daniel Jones team Friday. Yeah, exactly. If you whiff on everything, Wandale, Daniel Jones around 17, 18, just feels so good. Just feels so good. Now, the Giants tried to move up to get a QB in New York. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So QB competition is very light. It's, in my opinion, if he doesn't get hurt, if he doesn't re-injure himself, like, it's Daniel Jones. Michael Wilson finally goes off the board. When Nick catches wind of this video and he sees Michael Wilson went off the board at 164, he's going to scream. Oh, man. Bowers and Henry. I like this combo. I do want to add, look how far Troy Franklin's fallen. I do want to add Fant to this group if we get Geno. And we should be able to get Geno unless someone's stacking him with like Charbonnet or Walker. But that should be free. How do we feel about Drake London being where he is? I'm completely comfortable drafting Drake London this year. I have him ranked in the top 12, so London is a bum. Yeah, man. I'm completely comfortable drafting Drake London. It's now I think Pitt still has room to move up. But those are our highest drafted players in the big board. Were Atlanta players. Gibson off the board at 168. Let's do this. Guys, link in the comments to join the Discord too, if you guys aren't already in it. Super active Discord, awesome community, and that's where we basically all hang out off stream, draft together late at night, fill drafts. That's my favorite use. In the currently drafting section, just say +6 for the big dog, and we got you. We got you. All right, maybe not 6. Hope says, I can't do this Malik Neighbors price, and I love Neighbors. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I have him sliding about 6 picks post NFL draft. And the community is just happy with where he goes right now. So good for you guys. I don't know if I can get there. I eventually have to start mixing him in at some point, but man, ADP is 27. We have a super easy selection here with our little double. And then we do this. Rodgers off the board at 175. We still have to catch up at receiver like bad. So maybe we don't go Fant. 2 teams need a QB behind me. I don't want to risk someone going Geno here. This is just going to give us so many different combinations for the finals when this team makes the finals. We need... Damn. Can we even afford to go another tight end? We probably need 3 more receivers on this team. We need 3 more receivers on this team. I think I have to lean into Bowers, Henry. We'll lean into Bowers being a good value and Henry being a good value at 161. I think you could easily do that. I guess it'll depend on who's on the board and who we think is going to give this team the best chance to advance. And then probably the highest upside for the playoffs would be an extra receiver. So let's see who's on the board. Conklin off the board at 179. His ADP is starting to rise. Yeah, rightfully so, too. Rightfully so. The hysteria in the big board was like, oh, they're going to grab Bowers. Like, he's toast. Nope. That's Michael Mayer's toast. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Javon Baker. Love the click late. Love the click late. Gonna have to get by my team, Adam says. All right, we got to check out Adam's squad. We got to check out Jeff's, Logan, and Frank's. And if anyone else snuck in here, because I know you guys do that, and then you tell me at the end of the stream, like, haha, you gave me all that information. I was at pick 7. Hiding in the shadows. Hiding in the shadows. What do you guys think? Could we have stopped at 4 RB? Could this have been a good spot to stop for Hyperfragile and lean into Chase Brown actually hitting this year? Draft Fant every chance I get. Yeah, I do too when it makes sense. I always said Jets go line. Smart man. Smart man. And I said Conklin is not someone you want to be under 8% on in the big board. And his ADP is still rising. We love to see this. Tight ends, QBs, running backs. Let's keep that same energy going. Ooh, okay. There's one of our guys. That's pain. Tolbert. Wow, Tolbert early, dude. Tolbert too early. Adam Thielen, I'll start to think about at pick 205. Unless we have correlation, then maybe here. We'll bring in this little New England double. Bring in this little New England double. Let's see. If Fant is somehow still on the board when it comes back to us at pick 200, so it'd be a 9-pick drop, maybe we try to make it work with 7 receivers. DK, Cup, Kirk. Demario Douglas, I think, does help the narrative of this team of like just giving it a little more floor, whereas we're going to have our spike week guys as well. Definitely not our best outing. And I think, man, I try to stay away from the 3 QB in 18 round drafts. I think it's fine, but 3 QB and 3 tight ends, that's what I try to stay away from. I think it is a little tougher to balance because you need to be like, we're strong at running back. And I think that's the problem. I'd rather be super strong at receiver and then risk it at running back. And it's going to come back. It's going to come back to this pick just being a value and me taking the bait. All right. Fant goes off the board at 190. But we did take the bait on the sliding Aaron Jones. Maybe we could have stopped at 4. It would have been our first Hyperfragile of the offseason. Logan said, I want to stop at 4 RB also, but didn't know what I wanted to do. Devin, welcome to the live stream, man. Says leave a like. Yeah, please, guys. Baker, A.T. Perry. Yep. Oh, yeah. You guys are on it. You guys are on it early this year. Mike Gesicki, Tyler Boyd. Man, Gesicki's still at 194. Feels so good. Just from like an athletic standpoint, like dude's athletic. Dude's athletic. If you guys saw Steve Smith on the Twitter machine today talking about Chicago's offense, how it's going to work with all that talent, and at the very end of the video, he goes, "Hey, don't leave Cole Kmet out because of his skin color, right?" That is the best. It was right when he did his like stepping into the end zone, home run, Selly. Awesome. Love that. Power move. I never love my teams from Pounder drafts. Well, when everyone's working with the same ranks, I like this dude. Jay Fields on a 3 QB team in the 17th round. Ooh. Go Devonta's here. I think I'm just going to reach up for AT, though. Let's see what everyone else wants to do. We're going to go AT here. See what Frank does. 2662, assuming he's going to double click wide receiver. I'm not sure who his group is, but I could see him stopping at 7 with 5 receivers by Hopkins. Dude, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, we're stopping at 5 here. We were always stopping at 5. I think there's a debate on if we could have stopped at 4. Just leaned into Aaron Jones, Gibbs, and Chase Brown, getting all 3 of them after ADP. I mean, you have the amount of touches here just between these 3. If you just kind of insinuate maybe Chase Brown's a decent value at his ADP, I think you could stop at 4 here pretty easily. That being said, Ray Davis is still rising, so I don't mind getting my shares. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Bingo, man. Jaceki and Fant, always going to be available late instead of trying to guess. Dude, Carr at 204. Carr ADP is just like, for being guaranteed to start, feels really strong. It really does feel strong to go like 3 late QBs this year. Stronger than last year, and a lot of people were pushing that narrative last year. We can still go McMillan here. Bring in another rookie. I'm okay with going Kendrick. I don't like KJ Osborne as much as some people, but I get it. I think we bring in Jalen McMillan. I don't think they really have any ties for Trey Palmer, 6th-round pick. So I think he is going to go in and at least compete for that wide receiver 3 position. And you'll likely see some sort of split between those guys anyways. Damn. 3582, sort of what I figured. Could we stop here at 7? I don't like stopping there at 7. Dude, I was wondering. I thought the Giants were going to end up with Rattler, especially after the first round. Like, several teams tried trading up for QB. I think I was at least surprised that they didn't make a move for Rattler. All right. Here's the draft. This was live stream number 4 for BBM. As you can see, I've only done 8 of them. Our team for the listeners: Lawrence, Stafford, Geno Smith, with Breece Hall, Gibbs, Aaron Jones, Chase Brown, Ray Davis, DK Metcalf, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas Jr., Tyler Lockett, Demario Douglas, A.T. Perry, and Jalen McMillan, with Bowers and Henry. So really leaning into Bowers on this one. It's tough. Like, I think Staffy's, I think he's an okay value for where he goes. Maybe he's a little rich based on like the guys you can get late, like Carr at pick 200, some of these late guys. But just getting a stack with Cooper Kupp and then having the double in Seattle, I think you can lean into just these 2 in an 18-round draft, but that double made me want to have more combinations for week 17. All right, Jeff in the 1 spot. Jaden Daniels and Herbert. I like that double tap he did with Achane, Pacheco, Tony Pollard, Gibson, and Garendo. I like the RBs. You got a mix of ceiling and floor. I think this is the two definition of players of ceiling and Devon Achane and floor and Antonio Gibson. That being said, Ramondre Stevenson goes down and Gibson's not a bad backup to have who also, I mean, he has that floor anyways with the passing down. Lamb, Neighbors, McConkey, J-Mo, Xavier Legette, Quentin Johnson, Luke McCaffrey, Rashad Bateman, bringing in 4 rookies here. Definitely needed the 8 spots. A lot of ceiling too. I mean, obviously Lamb is high floor, high ceiling. That's what you're going to get from him. J-Mo ceiling play. Neighbor should be relatively, he should have a high floor. I mean, just being the number 1 on the offense, you would think that very early into the season, he should be producing. Then Kincaid, Kittle, Sinnott. Sinnott actually falls a little bit in this draft room, which is a little surprising just because of how much he's been steamed up. I'm stopping at Kincaid and Kittle. I think a 9th receiver would have been super helpful for this team. But man, I like this. I like it. It's very balanced. Besides, I think 1 more receiver in here. 4 receivers by J-Mo. But again, Jeff's just sort of leaned into some of these early rookies and then J-Mo. So it's a nice draft. Adam with Kyler and Purdy. I like this combo. CMC, Connor, Eckler, Marshawn Lloyd, and Dameon Pierce, who's been getting a little bit of steam lately. But survivor of the NFL draft. He survived. Debo, Diggs, Pickens, Rice at 71, Downs, Pearsall, Mims, and Corley. I like this squad. I like this squad a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Bringing in the little triple stack with Debo and Ricky, CMC, Purdy, Connor, Murray, and Trey McBride, Gesicki, and Knox. I don't think you need Knox here, but it's a balanced squad. So I think this was basically just a luxury pick. Adam's team's super balanced. Logan in the 6th spot, A-Rich, Tua, Justin Fields, Bijan, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, Singletary at 91. Oh, that's how you know he's going off the ranks here. Super aggressive. Bucky Irving at 163. I mean, just through this, I'm liking this a lot. So I'm expecting the receivers to maybe be a little weaker. Waddle, T. Higgs, Myers, Cooks, Roman Wilson, Malik Washington, Wandale. Yeah, I need 8 here. I definitely need 8 here, but I like the start. Maybe stopping at A-Rich and Tua. You already have that rushing ceiling with A-Rich, but I do want another receiver. Ingram, Jonnu, and Jelani. I like this triple here. And I don't really think it's not too much at the position. Bringing in 3 here. One of them's his last pick. Another one's a late middle rounder in Jonnu. I like it though. I like the team. Just one more. Give me one more receiver. I like what you did here with Waddle and Malik Washington. By the end of the season, is Odell going to be playing over Malik Washington? Like I'll give Odell the beginning of the season with some of these rookies starting sort of slow, but I think it's going to be hard to fight off some of the younger talent they drafted. They also ended up with Taj Washington, right? Taj Washington, yeah, also went to Miami. Nice draft from Logan. And then Frank, right next to us, our draft neighbor in this one, stops at Dak and Cousins with Henry, Javante, Elliott, Kendrick Miller, Kamani Vidal, and Rashawn Johnson. I like the RB room. It's hero running back build. He gets Javante, little, 7-pick slide. He gets his guy. His guy. Your percent must be insane at this point. Even in the big board, having like 20-something percent, just so sharp. Puka, Drake London, Michael Pittman Jr., Marquise Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Tolbert, Walker, Turpin. really getting that Dallas stack in there. Pitts and Njoku. Yeah, I like stopping there too. Another strong draft from the Pounder. Another strong draft. All right, guys. That's going to wrap up this one. If you enjoyed tonight's live stream, go down, slap a like on your way out. Leave a comment if you're feeling like you got an extra minute, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hit the sub, Pounders.